Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you about day 2 of our budget trip to Japan. So, we had just left our hotel in Akasaka with 4 main goals for the day. 1, find cheap food because we're on a budget. 2, find cherry blossoms so I can live out my favorite anime scene. 3, take cute pictures together because we don't really do that anymore. And 4, do some window shopping. Alright, so if there's anyone else out there that's a Harry Potter nerd, like myself, but you actually did your research, then you might have already heard about this place before. But I'm not a planner, so I was pleasantly surprised when we found out an area right outside our hotel was themed around the movies.
Gryffindor and R 뭐야?
Ravenclaw. Turns out there's a Harry Potter musical playing like right near there. So we could hear the theme music playing as we were walking around.
They're playing Harry Potter music. Can you hear it?
I do.
Wow. Did we like accidentally fall onto Harry Potter City?
That's Toby size over there.
That's cute.
There was this Harry Potter cafe nearby, but we didn't end up going there because we found out that you needed a reservation ahead of time, which we didn't have. And then we also saw the prices online for their menu. We decided to look somewhere else for lunch. After that, we headed over to an Akasaka station and took the subway to Ueno Park. Our brief Google search told us that it was one of the most beautiful places in Tokyo to see the cherry blossoms in spring, and we could see why.
Everyone has a camera.
It's really pretty though.
But my hair.
The main sightseeing path has over 1,000 trees, and it's wrapped around this huge lake where you can ride in these cute little swan boats. We came near the end of the season, so a lot of the trees were not in full bloom anymore, but it was still really beautiful.
We're a little bit late
Yeah.
for the badkut.
오리배. 오리오리. 오리가 아니구나. This tree is like drinking water.
That's true.
Isn't it?
And yes, I did feel like Sawako. There was also a temple nearby that we stopped at before we left. The first of many temples that we randomly came upon in the middle of Japan. And it seemed like thousands of people had the same idea as us on a random Wednesday morning because it was so crowded. If we thought Seoul was crowded, it has nothing on Tokyo. This is where JJ was trying to learn how to correctly purify yourself before entering a shrine by copying the woman next to him. You're supposed to wash your left hand first and then switch to washing your right and then your mouth. But we didn't know that last part until later. Of course, outside of the touristy areas, there's a lot less people, which is where we went to search for lunch. Walking made us really hungry. We were looking for a place to eat nearby, and completely by chance, we ended up at this hidden tonkatsu restaurant. But there was one problem. The menu was only in Japanese, so JJ had to take a picture of the menu with our phones. It was a bit of a struggle figuring out what to order, but it was super cheap and the food was amazing. They did give us this mountain of rice, which neither of us could finish. It was so big. But it was probably my favorite meal of the entire trip. And the worker even wrote a message on our receipt when we left, which I thought was really cute and it made me happy. So 5 stars, 10 out of 10. We took a quick coffee break and then wanted to try some of these cute cream pastries that we kept seeing everywhere. But it wasn't as good as we expected and it was a little disappointing.
It's like convenience store latte. What do you?
Interesting. Not amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I also just wanted to say, one of the things we could not wrap our heads around while in Japan is their tissues. They don't feel like paper, it's more like this thin plastic, I don't know, it doesn't really clean anything.
Tissue is so weird. Very
Oh.
Like cardboard.
It's very different from the ones in Korea. It's like this little culture shock that we had in Japan.
Is that tango? I didn't know there's a roller coaster right next to us. I feel like you're more awkward than Korea.
Even though everyone is a tourist.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's this. It's like a small amusement park.
Okay.
There's many people here.
Another 5,000 steps later, we ended up seeing this historical landmark at the Sumida River.
So pretty. Could have taken a cruise, a water cruise. I don't know how much that costs, but it looks fun.
We decided to walk along the river so we can go to Tokyo Skytree, and I think this is when our feet really started to hurt. Walking all day was definitely starting to take its toll, and we both just like got really quiet and stopped talking to each other. But yeah, that was the point where we decided to take pictures together and knock off something else on our bucket list in Japan. And as we kept walking, we came across this other beautiful park along the way. The trees were huge and so different compared to Korea, so every time JJ saw an interesting tree, he would always just take out his phone and take a picture of it because it was so different. Korea always has the same small trees, but in Japan they're huge. Inside the park there was another shrine called, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this, Ushijima. Ushijima? It says Ushijima Shrine. Okay, so we had to go in.
Did you text me when you were somewhere?
Yeah, I lost every time.
Where did you lose me?
In the shop, in the store. Yeah.
You keep losing me, man.
Oh, really?
About who? I don't know who I bowed to.
Right in front of the shrine, there was this guy in a film crew just like rapping to a song, and he was pretty good at it. I thought I was better.
It feels so much better.
Anyways, we finally arrived at Tokyo Skytree, which I heard has a lot of good shopping in the area. The building was unbelievably tall. You had to tilt your head all the way back just to see the top of it.
Really big.
Oh, my neck hurt.
We didn't go up even though it has a really great view of the city because it costs money. So we just sat at the bottom looking up at it, and it was still really nice.
Imagine you hear and it starts to crash right on top.
Oh my gosh, a movie.
What we really came for was the big mall underneath where we could finally cross off the last part on our list. Oh my god.
Wearing Japanese clothes.
That is cute. That's adorable. We need a new one. Oh my god. 예쁜데. Oh.
It's like this. But a rat ate their ears, so it's like this. This dude's supposed to be red, yellow, or something. But they cry too much. He cried too much, that's why it's blue. Am I too?
That's cute.
이제
12,000원.
Are we in a tourist trap? Let's get out. Oh. It's very windy. Then we went to the one place I really wanted to go to. Can you guess what it is? The Ghibli store. Is it Ghibli? Ghibli? Grew up calling it Ghibli. But people online say it's Ghibli. I don't know.
Are we gonna fly away?
Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite movie of all time. Because, you know, it has this amazing story set in this fantasy world where I really wish I could live in. And they have magic powers, and there's a fire that could talk. It's a castle for... Oh my god, that's like decoration?
이렇게. 20만 원? 3회. Stand right next to it for a second. Do it. Yeah. Yeah.
It was nice hearing the familiar music and seeing all the cute little things that I couldn't afford. We saw a bunch of pretty colors outside where these food stalls were set up and it smelled amazing.
Pork chop rice.
But we were too scared to order any food, so we didn't get anything. Instead, we just found a quiet place to sit because after walking all day, our legs were just killing us. And we even made a new friend.
Little friends here. So you're from Japan. I've seen your family in Korea too. A lot.
We saw the cherry blossoms up close one last time before heading back to Akasaka to look for dinner. We ended up being turned away from like every restaurant that we went in because you're supposed to have a reservation, which we didn't know. So we ended up at this really authentic Japanese pizza place. It was one of the only places we could find that wasn't crowded and didn't have a really long line, but we still ended up having to wait like 15 minutes, which wasn't that bad, and we were desperate. The pizza honestly was not that bad. It was pretty good. The pasta was a little bit strange because the noodles were really thick. It was like a ramen noodles. Yeah, it was a little bit different than what we're used to, but it kind of tasted like when you go to the convenience store in Korea and you buy carbonara pasta and you put it in the microwave. That's what it kind of tasted like. And this was also the point in the trip where JJ was starting to get really sick. You could see it in his face, and it just did not go away until the last day of our trip, so he was sick for every video coming after this. So yeah, that was our second day in Tokyo. And can you guess where we're about to go next? In the next video.